and welcome back. Let's go find that lady now who needs help. Small child, halt! Which pot did I put it in again? Is everything okay? It's my precious treasure, you see. I can't remember which pot I hid it in. Gee, that's tough. What sort of treasure is it? My grandmother's red earring. It's such a pretty color. Let me help you look for it, could you? You will, perfect. It's in one of those pots you see around town. Inside one of the pots, huh? Leave it to me. You're a perfect gentleman. Every time I see, it just looks like the pot. I see the eyes like, oh god, can I put alchemy ingredients and it'll pop out as something else? If I put this sword and this stick in here, would I get a wooden sword? Or would I get a spear? Or a polearm? Or will I just be saddened? Yes, I will be sad. That is the answer. I have a feeling it's that pot that I found in the square that I was very confused that nothing was in it. Yep. Why else would there be a pot out of the way and not by the streets? Or, you know, anywhere on the pavement? Ah, poison be gone! Hopefully nobody will need this in the future. Oh, we might just have just killed somebody. You got it, you got my earring? That's perfect, just perfect. You found it for me. Yes, you did. Don't lose it again now, okay? I promise I'll never lose it again. Oh, this is a present for you. Thank you so much. Ooh, a leafy mantle. Alright, okay, we can't equip that, and I know you can't. Hi, Pandora. Yeah, when I look at it, I can't help but think that the thing's just gonna break the sword between its claws. Okay, and a Gruffin keeps stealing produce from farmers' fields outside of town. It has to be dealt with. It's nearly harvest time. Southeast of Ding Dong Dell Summerlands. Good thing we have a compass, or I would not know where we needed to go. Okay, so we need to go southeast. So towards the beach. Oh, we can see it!
Come on! Here goes!
Halt!
Watch this! Here goes!
No, bad.
Roger. Here goes. Here goes. Roger.
Fireball!
Huh.
Oh! Drippy can drop them as well. Okay.
Here goes. Here goes. Roger. Here goes. Huh.
Yeah, how much XP did we get? Yeah, we got 30. Considering that we only had a stick and a shield, we did pretty well. A wooden shield, I should say. A child's toy. Claim bounty. Okay, any more people need help? No. Basic sword commonly sold in Ding Dong Dell, a sharp and easy to use weapon at a reasonable price. Eh, we didn't need to buy one. Okay, now let's go talk to the guard and then we'll progress. Okay, so I don't get any merits for that. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Welcome to the Cat's Cradle chain of premier inns. We pride ourselves on our practicality and pricing. Your custom is always appreciated. You look a little unusual. You're a traveler, I presume. And I encourage you to take a nap at each of our inns whenever you travel may take you. We're very proud of our deep and comfortable beds, and we hope you enjoy them as much as we do. Thank you very much. Oh, look at your wizard's compendium. There's something different about it. Ah, there's useful. The memories of all the travelers who stayed here have filled it back up a bit. I never expected that. Why the heck not, man? It's a flipping mighty magic spell book, ain't it? You best stay at as many of these places as we can, eh? I guess so, huh? We got regions of the world. We're not at that page yet. We're not at that chapter yet.
Oliver? Oliver?
Huh? Mom? Mom!
You've done so well to make it this far, Oliver.
Mom? Is this a dream?
You must listen to me now, Oliver. You have to go to him, to face him. And when you do, you'll learn the truth. Promise me, no matter how hard it is.
Him? Mom, who's him? Mom, what do you mean?
He's someone very important to both of us.
But who is he? And where do I have to go?
It's all right, sweetie. You're already on your way. Don't give up, Oliver, no matter how hard it gets.
Mom? Mom! Mom!
Morning, young man, and what a perfectly fine morning it is, too. You slept well, I hope. Excellent. You'll be on another, your way now, I expect. Well, if you happen across another cat's cradle on your travels, be sure to stay with us again. Tom, Mrs. See you soon, righto, Ollie boy. Back to that owl shop, ain't it? Okay. Why are you just staring at that tree? I'm just going to leave now. Oh, there you are, dear. You'll be happy to hear your clothes are ready. Sorry, best dry them on. Try them on then, old body boy. Sure. I'll just pop and get them for you, dear. Wait there, it shan't be a moment. Yes, ma'am, thank you very much.
What do you think?
Huh? Oh, that's trendy. You look proper sharp, Ollie boy.
Isn't it a little goofy on me, the cape? Don't be silly, dear. It suits you all to the down. Thank you very much, ma'am. How much do we owe you? Oh, for those old things, don't be silly, dearie. I should be paying you to get that shit out of here. You'd be doing me a huge favor just taking them off my hands. Really, you sure? Oh, I can't remember the last time I did any sewing. I was an absolute hoot, dear. Think nothing of it. All I ask that you pop back and buy a little something from time to time. You do that for me, won't you, dear? Of course you will. Thanks, missus. There's lucky, Ollie boy. Looks like we owe this place another visit or three. Sure do. Now you got some dapper duds. We can head up to the palace, tidy. Time to go meet the king, huh? I'm kind of nervous. Coffee. Blindness be gone. Ooh. I like to buy 4 things of chocolate. Chocolate! Chocolate. 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 Hello. Welcome to Ding Dong Dell. This is the road that leads to the royal palace. You are travelers, I take it. You must be in those clothes. Yes, we've come to see the king. Oh, you're after an audience with King Tom, are you? Well, I'd be more than happy to let you through, but I'm afraid that's not possible at the moment. He is currently stuck in the toilet. But why? One of the king's hapless aides have allowed his Meowchesty's beloved pet fish to escape into the palace's moat. That red herring is the king's pride and joy, and a highly endangered species to boot. I doubt his Meowjesty would be able to replace this one if he were to lose it. What that aide of his was thinking, I don't know. Anyway, to cut a long story short, everyone in the castle is busy looking for the king's red herring at the moment. I advise you to come back another day. Alright. What are we going to do, Mr. Drippy? Oh, the palace's moat, is it, huh? If I'm not mistaken, that moat's connected to some of the rivers that run through town. You think it could have swam all the way to town? I reckon it's possible. Why don't we have a look in the few ponds? And that's just in case. Can't do any harm, can it? Sure can. Gee, I hope we find that red herring, Mr. Drippy. Me too, Ollie boy. Right then, let's go fishing. Fish. Move faster, Ollie boy. Oliver. Can't tell if you're using it. Oh, if I go into first person, I can't move. Okay. Look, see that red thing over by there? I reckon I found our fishy friend. You better go and try to take a look, sir. Just make sure why do I have to go over there? Well, who else is going to do it? Freddy the Fish Inspector? Come on, just up over those rickety-looking bits of wood. You'll be fine. Ah, gee. Alright, I'll try. Aw. Aw. And accuracy got away. Sorry. He's a lively one after all. Well, alright. I think he went off towards the palace, Ollie boy. After him. Probably went to the fish dungeon. Get the rod. Because this wand ain't going to be that good for fishing. Because we don't know how it levitates. What the hell was that noise? Here's something. There's an army of red herrings. Right back in the water. this is the king's favorite fish, huh? Daddy, that's a red herring if I ever saw one. Now we can get ourselves an audience with the king. Let's sit back and see the coast guard, shall we? If only we had the spell bubble. That's not a red herring. The guard was colorblind. Every guard in this city is actually colorblind. You again? I'm afraid we still haven't located King Tom's pet. This one, you mean? Came to deliver the king's fish back to him. Is that goodness? I know the regal scarlet tone of the king's beloved red herring anyway. Fair. But I reckon he must have swum there the sewers into town like. That's so. I must let the other guards know right away. If I remember rightly, you were... That's right, we need to see the king. Yes, of course, but with him in his current state. Was that something up, is there? You could say that. Did I mention that the person charged with caring for the king's red herring just let it escape? Everyone in the bows has grown terribly lax of late. So lax that we need to enlist the help of passing travelers, as you know only too well. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but the king himself has been indolence personified, and it seems to be rubbing off on his subjects. Indolence? Is that like laziness? I'm afraid so. Well, perhaps being reunited with his beloved fish will give him the boost he needs. In you go. Tidy! We're off to see the king. Come on, Ollie boy. How's the fish not dead?
A pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
So it was you who delivered one's treasure back to one? Hmm?
That's right.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And you wish for a prize? Hmm?
Go on, man. Ask him.
Come now, don't be shy.
Well, Your Majesty,
Out with it now!
we need your wand.
One's wand. Huh? What did you say?
Crikey.
That smell. Could it be?
That's right, Your Majesty. He's not from our world. He's the one whose power freed me from my prison.
What? You mean he broke his spell? This little boy?
Yes.
Do you understand what you're saying, Faye?
have to say
Once you defy him, there's no turning back.
I know, but...
But what precisely?
Well, you know, he might be able to...
It's not one's concern. You may not have the wand. Now be gone.
Does that mean no wand, Mr. Droopy?
Looks like it.
So how do we get the wand now?
Something wasn't quite right about our royal friend. Broken-hearted he is, or I'm broken-headed.
It could be both.
The king is?
Lacking enthusiasm, it looked like. And because he's broken-hearted, the whole kingdom's being dragged down with him.
What are we waiting for? Let's go find the piece of heart he's missing.
Blimey, you don't need much encouragement, do you?
Eh? Okay, the guard outside of town was short on enthusiasm too, huh? Indeed he was, Ollie boy. Like I say, I reckon the king's broken-heartedness is dragging everyone else down with him. The other guard gave us some of that, his enthusiasm too, to help his friend. We should go ask for some more. Oliver, do I need to smack you with the book? Oh, no, man. Don't go doing that. That's a very important rule about borrowing pieces of people's hearts. Right? What is it? Well, you can't go taking the same piece of heart from the same person twice, see? One little scoop out of the top is all is safe to borrow. Gee, I didn't know that. I'll be sure to be real careful from now on. So what do we do, Mr. Drippy? We troll the town for someone else with get up and go plenty, ain't it? It's a sleepy old place, but there's bound to be someone out there. Somewhere. The problem is, where? Ding Dong Dell's not exactly village-sized. After all, you might even say it's proper massive. I guess it kinda is, huh? Something of a quandary, are we? Hi, Mr. Tellingstone. I didn't even have enough time to read Drippies. You seem perplexed, my young friends. I thought you might benefit from a dose of my expensive knowledge. Thanks, that's real nice of you. You see, we need to borrow a piece of someone's heart, but we don't know how to find one. Elementary, my dear Oliver. In times like these, just look to your locket. It has an emotion detector. You can see who's having a good time and who's not. How do you mean? Well, not exactly can it carry pieces of heart. The locket is also extremely sensitive to their proximity. It will glow when they're nearby. Tidy! We can use it to track down some enthusiasm then, ain't it? Allow me to tell you a little more about that locket of yours. You will see that it has a habit of glowing brightly from time to time. That is how it reacts in the presence of those who possess one of the heart's virtues in abundance. And generally those with pieces of heart to spare will also glow a vibrant green. On the mini-map, and the top right of your screen. Neato. It will not serve to tell you which of these virtues the subject has in excess, but it should still provide something useful to you nevertheless. I just knew it will. Now sally forth and seek your piece of heart, young adventurer. Thank you very much, Mr. Tellingstone, sir. If you ever find yourself in need of knowledge again, you may consider me wholly at your service. Farewell for now, friends! Righto, Ollie boy, let's have a look around for someone with a drop of enthusiasm to spare then, shall we? If your locket glows up all of a sudden, we're over on the right track. Got it, let's go, Mr. Drippy. Suddenly, the entire, screen just turns green. Oh, God. It just turned out he's not lacking enthusiasm, he's just really lazy. He's just a lazy bugger. To the fish palace! The palace of fish! Look, Mr. Drippy, the locket, it's glowing. Tidy! Then there's someone around here with a piece of heart to spare, ain't it? You got a rusted shield. And that's the only person around here is him. Look at him he can barely stand still, he's so eager. Jackpot. I mean, you think he has some enthusiasm to spare? That I do, my lad. I bet my lantern on it. Let's go and get it, shall we? Do you have a spare septum? How do you do, Saucepanhead? I don't suppose you fancy doing us a favor, do you? Hey, stop distracting me. I'm busy. Busy? What are you busy doing exactly? Protecting the town from the mice, of course. Mice? Oh yeah, I remember hearing about the mice who live in Ding Dong Dell. Those mice are a menace. They're always running around, getting up to no good. But the grown-ups are too lazy to do anything about it. Most of them already hardly notice when the mice steal things, and the ones that do don't seem to care. Well, Tommy Stout is not going to stand for it. I know the mice all live down in the well, so I'm standing guard here. Any mouse that comes this way is for batting. Well, we right about this one. He's bursting with enthusiasm over to you, Holly boy. What are you talking about? Well, the King Tom seems to be really short on enthusiasm right now. And that's where you come in, Tommy boy. You've got loads of that stuff. If we give some of it to the king, the whole town should sort itself out quick sharp. Yeah, so we were wondering if you could share some of your enthusiasm with us. Of course, I'll do anything to help the king. Thanks, Tommy. Karima! The distilled spirit of get up and go. Now that was strange. Oh, now I know what magic feels like. Strange, what do you mean? Wizardry types, they don't use spells, see, Ollie boy. They don't know what to make of them half the time. So does that mean it's going to be alright now, Oliver? Yes. Once the king's back to normal, everyone else should start feeling better too. That's right, Mun. Your enthusiasm is going to put a spring in everyone's step in it. That's great to hear. Until then, though, I better stay here and keep an eye out for mice. Alright, see you later, Tommy. Tommy No Thumbs will fight the mice. I don't know why, but whenever I see the around the ankles, like the shins unguarded with any like cloth, it bugs me. Your shins aren't guarded. Kick him! Kick him now! Kick him quickly. So if he doesn't have any enthusiasm, does that mean we can steal everything? You again. One is becoming rather tired of these constant interruptions. Sorry, Your Majesty. It's just we have something for you. Yeah, we picked it out especially for you, Catfish. I'll get rid of that tiredness of yours in no time. Give you a new decent knife. It will. Strong teeth, glossy foot. I'm not sure that's... That sounds just a ticket. This accursed fatigue will be the death of me. Doing all these visits will take its toll. Not to worry, Your Majesty. A little bit of enthusiasm is all you need, isn't it? Are we sure this will be enough? He is a big boy.
So, do you think it worked?
Let's see, shall we?
What the devil was one up to?
Your Majesty, please tell us you're back to your old self.
Eh? Why, one is 10 times more energetic than one has ever been. But one feels different somehow.
This is your doing, is it not? Then you must be rewarded. Your Majesty, it seems that these brave adventurers have lifted the curse that was placed upon you.
What? Is this true?
Yes, Your Majesty. It appears that you were cursed with a lack of enthusiasm.
Is that so? One certainly didn't feel oneself for a while there. It seems one is in your debt.
What would you claim as your prize? Cuddy, you know what we asked for, ain't it, Ollie boy? I'm sure. We need a magic wand, Your Majesty. Is that so? Strangely, one feels as if one has had this conversation before. No one thinks of it. There is a wand, one prized very highly as a kitten hidden away safely in one's bedchamber. There's and one would be willing to part with it, but one will have to find it first. Return later on, and one shall present it to you. Jeepers, thank you very much, Your Majesty. So, boy, if you are in search of a wand, can one take it that you are perhaps a wizard? Indeed, he is, Your Majesty. A shiny new apprentice wizard. who doesn't exactly know how much magic, doesn't have much magic, exactly know how much magic, yet, is that so? Then let one provide you with a spell or two. One's wand will be of little use without spells to cast, after all. Really, Your Majesty? Majesty, that's so kind of you. Thank you very much. Spring Lock. Spring Lock is a spell that forces open otherwise unbreachable locks. Be sure to try it when you encounter a locked door or chest. Note, however, that this is not a spell that should be used for personal gain. If rumor are to be believed, terrible things are want to happen to wizards whose greed leads them to spring locks that should not be sprung. Rejuvenate. Withered trees and broken machines are no longer lost with this spell, which allows a wizard to return them to their original pristine state. When drawing the rune, be sure to focus on the condition to which you like to return the object to, not on how far back in time you think you need to go. You much enjoy the spells that inspired one so much in one's younger days. One that unlocks things, and one that restores things to their former glory. What did you use to get up to with these, your majesty? None of your business, fairy. Oh boy, you travel with a familiar, do you not? One has sent word to the Grove Master down in town that you are to be given permission to shop there. Grove Master stores? What kind of place is that, your own Majesty? Are you sure that you are an adventurer? One cannot help but fear for the safety of an innocence. No matter, the Grove Master provides weapon and equipment for use of familiars. Why not go and browse the products on offer while one seeks out one's wand? Very well, your Majesty. Thank you very much. Now one has plenty to attend to. Come, present yourself to one again in a short while. Okay, bye-bye. I'm not going to go do that. I gotta travel back to the forest. The purple one requires a great deal of magic, which we do not have. Ah, sandwich! Okay, a sandwich is not for our familiars. And we probably have to level up Springlock before we can open purples, most likely. Or we need a shotgun. Since it says... Then again, it probably is. I wish I can use these. Okay, they're useful. If you're lucky, you'll be able to use these one day. Curse my inability to use fast travel! Well, maybe the creatures won't attack me now. I doubt it. At least they get confused now when they see me. Some attack me, some are just confused. Oh different animation now. Places will let us get some more money. No, I'm good with just getting Spot of Magic back. Right, this is where I wanted to go last time, but Trippy told no. Trippy said no. Because there's a locked chest right there.
Come on! Here goes! Neo!
Can't help but see that there was 3 slots. Does that mean eventually we'll get another 2 familiars?
Watch this! Here goes! We've won!
Oh, we got a carrot. Flan. Here's some flan. Okay, he didn't seem to like it all that much.
Come on! Here goes! We've won!
I came all the way back to the forest for some flan. Flan. Flan.
Let's do it! Here goes! We did it!
I can be a little bit reckless here at the beginning. Until I get, oh, we got a sundae and cake. Yeah, we should probably just feed him chocolates for the remainder. Now time to walk all the way back. I do wonder, who's these bones belong to? What's belong? It's Dolmadurs around here? I think these skeletons would be too small to be a Dolmadur. I guess it could be like one of those dragons from
We can do
Breath
this.
of the Wild.
Here goes. Nino!
Money. Hey, we're back. I have permission to shop here now. Katsu, his Meowdressy, informed me that you would be coming. He instructed me to sell you whatever required. I'm more than happy to cooperate. So have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something here which to equip your familiar. Equip my familiar? What do you mean, sir? We feed them these things. We fed him a sword and a shield, and he started wielding them. Seems an explanation is in order. Very well, then. Here crows nothing. Sure, familiar doesn't get caught short. You can give them a boost by equipping them with certain items. I don't want to crow, but you find plenty of those items your familiar can equip among my wares. There are 3 types: weapons, armor, and accessories. Just remember that the items a familiar can equip vary accordingly to its genus. It's not complicated, so don't get into a flap. The best way to learn is just to try equipping your familiar. But don't feel left out, will you? Humans can, of course, equip items too. Select friends and familiars, press A to change the items. Why not buy a nice matching set of items for you and your familiars? Bird of a feather stick together, after all. Gee, okay, as soon as I have some money, I'll start buying some accessories and stuff. Sounds like this old bird's done a proper sales number on you, oldie man. Just remember that accessories ain't the only things you can equip. Wizards, like you, can use all sorts of wands as well. Ekmon, speaking of wands, I need to go and get your new wand off King Tom, ain't it? Clean forgotten I had. Yeah, I guess he's probably found it by now. I reckon so, buddy boy. Come on. Let's head for the palace. What is this? Spiral horn. I can't use that. A sharp stick. Okay. I have that. Oh, we can't give it to him? Okay. A tooth taken from a giant. Its fearsome appearance prompts panic in enemies. At these prices, we'd be raving mad. Come again. This better do make enemies run away from me, or I'll be back for your knees. wonder if they would be intimidated if they saw I had your kneecaps around my neck instead. Fish. Oh great, now the king's missing. Oh, it's you. Thank goodness you've come to help us. Something terrible has happened. Flippin' heck, Mon. Don't tell me the old king's gone and got his heart broken again. Oh no, His Majesty starts good working order as far as I know. As far as you know? After he restored His Majesty's missing enthusiasm, he was determined to find his old wand so that he could give it to you by way of a reward. So determined, in fact, that he said he would go and look for it himself. Well, that's good, ain't it? What's all the fuss about? His Majesty has disappeared. Eh? The gatekeeper swore that he hadn't left Ding Dong Dell, and yet he's nowhere to be found. I smell a rat by here, holy boy. Well, I suppose there's only one thing for it, eh? What's that, Mr. Drippy? It's what of investigating, ain't it? Right-o! Helmet Face, you and your mates keep an eye on the castle. We're going to look for clues. Yes, understood. But where do we look, Mr. Drippy? Don't worry, Ollie boy. You know the place. You know it very well, in fact. Come on, I'll tell you more when we're outside. Okay. We're going to the real world! Ollie boy, pack your things. We're going to the real world. We're going to make it in New York. We're going to make millions. Where are we going, Mr. Drippy? And what's this about? Somewhere I know real well. Oh, what do you think, clever little cogs? Mortarville, ain't it? Mortarville? But what does Mortarville have to do with finding the king? Well, the answer ain't always going to be over by here, Ollie boy. Huh? What does that mean? You got to remember the whole soulmate thing, ain't it? We see here in this world ain't always the whole picture. Soulmates, okay. Think about it, Ollie boy. Why are you here in our world, eh? Save my mom. Exactly. Your mom. It's the great sage Alicia's soulmate, right? And we're trying to free Alicia from the soul snare over by here, so we have to help your mom back over by there, ain't it? Oh, that's what you told me, Mr. Drippy. And I wasn't fibbing. So people in your world and mine are connected. Not just Alicia and your mom. Oh, people. They are? So, exactly, they're clever you are. There's clever of you. There's someone over in your world who's connected to King Tom over by here. And when someone is in our world who's in a pinch, you can sometimes find out how to help them from their soulmates over in your world. Because they're connected, see? Obviously, when you think about it, ain't it? Somebody in my world is King Tom's soulmate. That's right. But maybe not a person. And maybe not in such a lofty position as our friend in the Cat King. No shopkeeper's cat and king of Ding Dong Dell, ain't it? Technically similar status-wise, is it? Shopkeeper's cat? I don't think I, Flippin' heck, man. It's like pulling teeth. Okay, so soulmates can look and even act the same, right? We've covered that already. So when you first saw King Tom, you instantly thought to yourself, hello, hello, he's the spitting image of Timmy the cat he is. I did, so you mean that King Tom is... King Tom and Timmy, Holdrun are, but this Leela's cat. There's clever of you. Better late than never. But Timmy's just a cat. Exactly, just like our pal King Tom. What's so strange about that? Craigie, you're not very perspective for a youngster, are you? If two people are soulmates, there'll be similarities somewhere. You just got to keep an open mind and peeled eyes. So get to peeling. Here's a peeler. Get to peeling your peepers. Spot the similarities and you'll find the soulmate. Gee, I never knew. So Timmy, huh? Timmy include my lad. Indeed, my lad. If we can find that old fat fireball, we might get a clue as to where the king's gone himself to. So magic up a gateway. Let's get over to your world, shall we? You remember how, don't you? Sure I do. Let's go and see how everybody back in Motorville is doing. But not yet. I want to check the board first. You know, just in case. I know we probably don't have any bounties yet because we don't even have our first wand. Well, our second wand. And then I'll read, and then in the next episode we'll go to Motorville. If I remember to. Okay, so everybody's cleared here. We cleared this side of the world. Okay. Now time to read creatures and familiars. I just went right by the beginning. Creatures and familiars. Though the world be rife with creature foul, giants which man must contend, the wizard knoweth all too well. The beast may prove a friend. Familiars and other creatures, your journey as a wizard will inevitably bring you into contact with all manner of magical creatures. While most will present an obstacle to your progress, others may yet become your familiar, stalwart companions that will accompany you on your travels and aid you in battle. You merge your heart with them. You consume them. The treasure introduces many of the most common creatures and provides directions on how they may be persuaded to become your familiar. What is a familiar? Creatures are sentient beings that are born from the hearts of living things. These are many different species in the world, certain of which can be useful by employing by wizards as familiars. Since familiars are often born from human hearts, many think that all familiars are created in this way, but it's not the case. However, most creatures can become familiars, respectively of their providence. Anything with a heart, in the sense of a soul or a spirit, can rise to a creature. Give rise to a creature, including animals, plants, stars, and even certain man-made objects. Note that while creatures not born of humans are considered wild, this does not preclude them from becoming familiars. It is simply a matter of approaching them in the correct manner. The most important step is making a creature your familiar, is giving it a name. Naming creates a bond between wizard and creature, and once you've formed this bond with a creature, it will willingly take up residence in your cage and become your familiar. They will also go into your heart. Creatures are born from the hearts of all living things. All living things are capable of producing creatures. Serenading and naming creatures make them your familiars, allowing them to be kept in your creature cage. Serenading. You better get some music lessons. Serenading refers to the act of playing music to a creature in a bid to persuade it to become your familiar. Those in possession of a spirit harp should try serenading your creature that appears to be receptive, since such creatures will invariably agree to become familiars at the conclusion of a suitable song. Know that some creatures are more recited than others, and may refuse to listen to your overtures. All creatures are more receptive to powerful wizards than to feeble ones. However, to treat them to a taste of your magical power, and they might eventually be convinced to take notice. In practice, this usually means besting a creature on the battlefield. Further proof, if any were needed, that while the true wizard should ever cut into peace, he should also be versed in the ways of war. The familiar retreat. While the creature cage provides a convenient way for a wizard to carry familiars around, its capacity is unfortunately limited. Should you acquire more familiars than the cage will comfortably accommodate, some will have to be left in the care of the familiar retreat. The retreat can be accessed from most towns, as well as several other locations. Note that the retreat is no mere hole in the ground. It is a magical connection to another dimension, and has been known to facilitate some rather unexpected encounters. I thought that was fast travel. Do I need to tame a dragon like in the intro? It's not gonna be funnest. The creature cage. Oh, I didn't see that as a piece of food. I saw that as it putting a binky in its mouth. Here's the baby's binky. Little pacifier for the baby. Once a familiar has been acquired, it is an imperative that it is immediately housed in the creature cage. Don't worry if it seems too big. Familiars are capable of shrinking temporarily in order to fit inside. The creature's cage offers a stimulating environment in which your familiars can train and relax. It's also a fine place to lavish affection upon them. Sages agree that showing warmth towards one's familiar has positive effects on their development, so do not be afraid to give them a treat or two. Or 2,000. A single glance at the familiar in your cage should make it clear of the various species. After all, very different. Some are placid and predictable, while others are hot-blooded and apt to bite a wizard's finger off without warning. Do not give up on your more violent familiars, however. With a good upbringing and the right amount of love, they will open their hearts and become your loyal companions. Metamorphosis. As your familiars gain battle experience, they will start to learn various tricks. There are many different tricks, and the ones that can be learned will vary from familiar to familiar. Once a familiar has acquired a certain amount of battle experience, it may be prompted to metamorphosize into a more advanced creature, one quite different in both appearance and ability. Via the administering of a special drop, the more times a familiar undergoes metamorphosis, the stronger it will amount to become the familiar metamorphosis for the first time. It will assume a second form consistent with all other creatures of its type. Metamorphosis for a second time, however, it will assume one of two different final forms. So you're telling me I need to catch 2 of each? Well, persuade 2 of each. While passively observing your familiar's developments can be assuming enough, attempting to uncover the secrets of metamorphosis represents a much better use of an ambitious young wizard's time. Perform is chosen by the familiar. For the familiar, not by the familiar. I was gonna say, if it's chosen by the familiar, we're gonna be trying to get it for a long time. Okay, so wants to fly, gets wings to fly, and has, but looks kind of evil. Or one that looks like a superhero, but still is using the things because it wants to fly. Glims. Enemy creatures will occasionally drop glowing orbs known as glims during combat. These are various types of glim. Each one has a different effect on the wizard who collects it. Green restores vitality. Blue restores magical power. Do note, however, that the effects of the rarest and most powerful glims will vary according to the wizard or creature that collects them. Be sure to bear this in mind during battle. Familiar signs. Every creature is aligned with one of 4 celestial signs: sun, star, moon, and planet, each with its own distinct characteristics. Of those, a small minority of creatures are aligned with special double powerful signs known as 2 signs. Yeah, I think we encountered one earlier. A creature sign has a notable effect on its performance in battle. Creatures aligned with 2 suns, for example, are effective against those aligned with moon sign, but ineffective against those with a star. While creatures of a given species commonly share a sign, they are not always the case, as other factors such as habitat also influence alignment. Finally, with a familiar sign may affect its growth and metamorphosis. It is important to remember that battle experience is the most important factor in any familiar's development. So get them to fight! Sun. Creatures are proficient at fire-based attacks and are fairly difficult to put to sleep. Twin Sun. Creatures are highly proficient at fire-based attacks and are difficult to put to sleep. Star. Creatures are proficient at storm-based attacks. Huh. And are somewhat resistant to poison. Twin Stars. Highly proficient at storm-based and are resistant to poison. Moon. Creatures are proficient at water-based attacks and are fairly difficult to confuse. Twin Moon, highly proficient at water-based attacks and are difficult to confuse. Planet, creatures developed more quickly than those born under other signs. Twin Planet, creatures developed much more quickly than those born under other signs. But that's not two planets. That's just a planet with two rings. That are... I don't think planets usually get rings like that. Usually when they get another ring, it just gets added to the ring that they currently have. Oh well. I'm not going to try to think about it and give myself a headache. How signs relate to each other. The light of the sun will outshine the moon. The glow of the moon will put stars in shade, and the glimmer of the stars will cause sun to swoon. When to combine their strength, sum is made. The once ringed planet stands apart from three, while the twice ringed planet rules as king. Before its sun, moon, and stars bend their knee, yet it holds no sway or to a once held ringed sibling. Okay, so planet is good against everything, and twin planet is good against everything. But planet can beat twin planet, and twin planet can't beat planet. Wild monsters. The world is home to all sorts of awe-aspiring monsters. From fire-breathing dragons to towering giants, a wizard would do well to learn all that he can about such beings, since even a courtesy understanding of their habits can make all the difference in the event of an unexpected encounter. Note, however, that monsters do not remain the same for long. They are growing and evolving with every day that passes, and a tome such as this one cannot hope to contain excessive information on all extant varieties. That said, having absorbed the information contained herein, a true wizard should be able to deal with a new strain without further need to consult a textbook. But we could probably put it in the textbook when we encounter them. Okay, Nebula. I look at Arcana, and that symbol just reminds me of Monster Hunter. It's a foul-smelling cloth. A bestiary of creatures by genus. Militites? Militia. Proud warriors who boast great battlefield experience. They excel on the battlefield due to their offensive abilities, defensive power, and speed. Many of them is also apt at using weapons. Know that while all creatures like sweet things, militias are famous for their love of chocolates. Chocolate! Legendary beasts, guardians, kind of divine beings that protect the natural world. Areas rich in life or natural energy, such as forests and volcanoes, are inevitably protected by guardians. Though they are usually rather docile, they are wont to become enraged when their domain is threatened. Pictured here is the Guardian of the Woods, a mighty being known for harnessing the power of the wind in defense of its forest home. Oh, we get a lot. Little bighorn, creatures that carry almost twice their body weight in form of two large horns, never observed throughout their mask, even in the most stifling of conditions. I think I'll read about them if I collect them. So if I get them, I'll read their bestiary, or if they're like the Guardian of the Woods, I'll read them. Okay. Might. Though small, these creatures have warrior hearts and a fighting spirit that allows them to show up to any enemy without fear. Storm water. Has an affinity for storm. Bad with water. Sun, habitat unknown. Items drop ember stone and cheeseburgers. Chocolate? I guess they won't have chocolate because they would have eaten it already. And these are the 3 different forms. Guardian of the Woods, a divine being who has protected the... What? Huh. Does that work with this? It does! Neat. A divine being who protects deep dark woods since time immemorial. Though generally peaceful and rather passive, it becomes wild and irrational when angry, pounding the earth with such fury that all around it are brought to their knees. Notable attacks. So it's weak against fire, or is whatever? Spirit of the Woods. It's probably weak against fire, and it's good with storm. Beasties, a common sight in grassland the world over. Beasties are some of Mother Nature's toughest warriors. Beasties are swift, powerful creatures that generally live on grassy plains and other such flatlands. They tend not to use weapons, preferring instead to attack with their teeth, claws, and tails. Though naturally aggressive, they can be rendered immutable with cold treats, ice cream being a particular favorite. A roaring red stag, the great stag of the grove. The roaring red stag that protects its bountiful forest home. This proud beast is usually found near the springs in Golden Grove, though its antlers change appearance on a regular basis. It is the same stag that has guided the forest since time immemorial. Its mighty roar is used for both summoning the forest species and for attacking enemies directly. Aquatica. Fearsome creatures that lurk in the darkness of the depths. Aquatica thrive wherever there is plenty of moisture, meaning seas, lakes, and even humid swamps. Their ability to move freely in water gives them an advantage over most travelers. So take great care when journeying through the aforementioned habitats. Creatures of this genus favor pies and other types of treats. Tentacles from the Deep. A monster that appears whenever there is a rainbow. Even the youngest children in Castaway Cove are familiar with the legend of this sea monster. Surprisingly, a rainbow reveals itself to night fishermen out at sea, and when they paddle out to investigate its origin, their boat is gripped by giant tentacles and dragged down to the depths. The legend goes on to specify that should anyone manage to escape the gang tentacles, they will be overcome instead by dazzling lights which rise from the seabed. Note that the consequence events of survivors makes this legend difficult to verify. Oh, not that many. Avis, winged beasts that soar upon the 6 winds. The winds of magic! Most Avis use their wings to take on the skies and pounce on unsuspecting victims from above, often using their sharp beaks as weapons. Avis will eat almost anything they can peck at, but have been observed to have a particular fondness of all kinds of ice cream. Masters of the Skies, a charm worn by those who ride upon cloud sweepers. The image on the right depicts a charm that is very popular among those who ride cloud sweepers, believed to represent a legendary creature that once served the queen of Xanadu. This simply yet attractive ornament is said to bring luck to all who fly. Oh! It isn't... Huh. I guess we don't actually meet that thing then. Interesting. Nightmares, the worst dreams you've ever had. It briefly mentioned in the introduction to the locket. People become heartbroken when virtually that make up their heart are lost or stolen. Let's see, there's one. While most heartbroken people can be returned to normal by restoring the virtue that is missing from their heart, some can be possessed by nightmares. A predicament that is rather most difficult to resolve. Nightmares are mysterious presence that consists entirely of evil. They seep into the cracks that form in broken hearts, further disrupting their balance. Those who are possessed by nightmares lose sight of themselves completely and become totally different people. Since nightmares do not generally alter a person's appearance, however, their friends and family may not even realize that the victim has been possessed. To return the victim of possession to their old selves, one must first drive away the nightmare. Only then can the missing virtue be restored to their hearts. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's having a good time. Every creature has a weakness. Knowledge is power. Each creature has its own strength and weakness, much like each wizard. Unlike wizards, however, such attributes are largely determined by the creature's genus and species. Yolk, for example, have been found in the highly susceptible to poison. Many wizards, having observed their pronounced reaction to both natural and man-made toxins. Automata, on the other hand, are generally resistant to poison, but suffer badly when subjected to electrical attacks. Each disrupt their inner workings and prevent them from operating correctly. Elemental traits of this kind can be vary widely within a genus, and even between metaphorical linked species. This is due to the fact that some creatures knowingly sacrifice their affinity with one element in order to increase their affinity, which another, during metamorphosis, one need only compare a fire ogre and a water ogre to comprehend the development consequence of such a choice. Creatures' attributes are therefore extremely varied. Remembering a creature's strengths and weaknesses and adjusting one's plan of attack according is no mean feat, but the Wizard's Compendium is here to help. This volume contains extensive information on various enemies' most important characteristics, so be sure to consult it prior to battle. Such knowledge may save your life. Finally, it should go without saying that no single attack, spell, or strategy will prove equal against every enemy. There's no shortcuts in wizardry. Only through study and training can one become a sage. Minima. Beware those whose size makes them appear harmless. Minima are very small creatures whose adorable appearance has lured many an unwary traveler to its doom. They're very fond of freshly baked pies and have never been known to turn one down as a treat. King Hickory III, the Mouse King who stood up to the cats. No rivalry in the natural kingdom is as great as the one that exists between mice and cats. Though the cat's superior size and strength have always given the upper hand, the Mouse's king's fleet feet and quick wits cause untold torment upon his feline foes. His favorite trick became known as catfishing, and involves dangling his tail out of the mouse hole to attract the cat's attention before quickly withdrawing it, just as his hapless victim crashed headfirst into the wall, unable to squeeze through the tiny opening. Are we going to have to fight that soon? I guess I'll find out. Oh, no. Automata. Science creates creatures from the products of man's ingenuity. Since the creation of first rudimentary tools, human ingenuity has driven civilization onward, resulting at length in the complex machines as we see today. That certain of these machines should become sentient, however, arose not from human design, but from life found in all things. Despite their mechanical nature, automata have appetite for just like other creatures, and are known to be fond of soft treats such as flans. The Moving Monument, a guardian of many limbs. This large stone statue is to be found in the Temple of Trials, an ancient structure that lies in the north of the Shimmering Sands. Though it appears to be an ordinary monument, there are present rumors that it's moving around during the night. Indeed, many wizards in training have reported seeing it with its eyes ablaze in the darkness, gesturing silently with its four arms. Oh, it looks like we're probably going to have fun with that one in the future. Flora. Creatures born from verdant plants. Flora are creatures born from grasses, trees, and fruits. Any type of plant life, in other words. They are therefore mostly found in forests and other areas of abundant vegetation. Flora are known as to favor treats that are easy to eat, such as flans. The Guardian of Old Smoky. The giant greater than a mountain. A legend has a gigantean gargantuan fire-breathing monster prowls the summit of Old Smoky. Obtaining accurate information about this beast is made difficult by its inhospitable habitat. Reaching the top of Old Smoky involves countless perils, and it's not for the faint of heart. Okay. The Wizard Wars. This is the depiction of the Wizard Wars, I guess. I can't tell if he's trying to help him to fly or not. Let's see who... Phyrexia? I just want to see if there was anybody else that we knew that looked... Huh? Okay, so there's Bunny. Oh, oh, you can zoom in and... Oh, this is interesting. I just wanted to look at the stone and I found this. Why don't you do anything? But yeah, out of the 4 wizards here, that I probably would be this guy. I got myself a Birdman. Oh, there's one right... Oh! There's one right to the left of it. Oh, there's one over here. That man has a key. Interesting that there's not one for snow. Then again, I just might not be giving up all our secrets. But yeah, there's like, what? 5 spells here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, nope, there's another 2. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, that's supposed to be a wheel. There's. Oh no, there we go. 11. 12. I have found 12 spells so far on this page. This really makes me think that there was a drawing mechanic in the original, because I can't remember much of the original. There's also bird sign, cat sign, owl sign. It's just in the middle of Flora. But yeah, it looks like we'll run into the giant eventually. Verms. Small creatures who boast surprising strength. The hearts of some of its humblest organisms that inhabit our world have given rise to varied creatures that are almost unrecognizable from their crawling, slithering progenitors. Though they look rather feeble at first glance, vermin are capable of causing a great deal of damage, being fiercely blessed with fangs, claws, and stings. They are known to favor treats that look spectacular as they taste. Sundays, for example. The Great Serpent of the Desert, an expanse of quicksand from which there is no escape. Every wizard who travels across the shimmering sands has heard the rumors concerning a hellish swirl of quicksand somewhere out in the desert, capable of sucking a man into the depths in mere seconds. All that remains of those who have been swallowed is a faint snake-like trail known to locals as the Great Serpent of the Desert. I guess we'll never meet the Great Snake of the Then, nymphs, or nymphae, or whatever. Small creatures who long for nothing more than a quiet life at one with nature. Are extremely elusive, and most non-wizards don't even believe they exist. Once one starts to look, however, they can be found in the most unexpected places. Should you chance to meet one, be sure to offer it some cake. The Lost Hound. A legend from the frozen north. The people of Yol tell the story of a little boy from the village who disappeared while searching for his beloved dog. According to the legend, the boy became hopelessly lost in an icy cavern and still roams its labyrinthine depths to this day, endlessly seeking his missing pet. So is it the boy or the pet that became the beast? Well, it looks like we're going to be finding that out eventually. Draconis. Fearsome creatures who have ruled over land and sky since dawn of time. The proud creatures of the Draconis genus have endured for millennia as a result of their extraordinary resilience. They are blessed with the sharp fangs and long talons and broad wings, all of which can be brought to bear during battle. Still, most impressively, many are equally comfortable on land and in the air. Should one wish to befriend such a creature, give a hard, chewy treat, such as chocolate. Might help to break the ice. Legendary beasts. The wanderer of the water. The giant beast of the miasma marshes. The sinister area of wetland known as the miasma marshes is said to be home to a monster so large that it's often mistaken for a massive land. Reports speak of two heads appearing to rise from the water, flanking a gargantuan island that was not there a moment before. Wizards are reminded not to approach any novel islands they encounter while aboard upon the marshes. Indeed, they are strongly advised to do the opposite, and with all possible haste. And it looks like we're not going to be encountering it. Okay, Arcana. Mysterious creatures about whom very little is known. No one knows where these creatures come from or what type of life force spawned them. Indeed, one of the few things that is known about them is their fondness for cake. The blood-red enigma. A curious creature from the northwest. Many traveling wizards have reported seeing a mysterious charisma-clad creature. In the northwestern part of the Summerland, it is said to be a horned beast with a long body and two wide wings. This picture was drawn by a village boy who claims to have seen the beast. The boy went on to say that the beast burned his hand when he attempted to touch it. No touchy. Looks like we're not going to be encountering it, so... Demona. Ghastly creatures born in the heart of darkness. Demona are fearsome creatures of uncertain origin. While sagely scholars agree that they cannot be of this world, they can say little else with any certainty, save that they are particular to Sundays. Indeed, they can occasionally be seen scoffing them in the shadows. Lights that glow in darkest night. What was seen in the mirror? Rumors are circulating in Ottima about a priest who disappeared on an island to the north of the continent. He was last seen on the evening of the new moon, standing in front of a mirror with a candle in his hand. Those who saw him that night claim that though he only held one candle, countless flames were reflected in the mirror, as well as a set of eyes and grinning mouth. Oh. Okay, it looks like we're not going to be going to that mirror. Mortui. Tragic beast to whom death did not allow the escape they so craved. Most wizards fail to notice the presence of Mordai until they are standing right next to them. This is only natural, of course, having been condemned to wandering this world for eternity. They have become very adept at passing by unnoticed. Should you happen to spot one, resist the urge to scream and offer it some cake. The Great Ghost Ship. What awaits after a life on the ocean waves? A group of night fishermen were casting their nets in the moonlight when all of a sudden a great darkness fell upon them. When they turned around to see what was blocking the moon, they spied an enormous battleship, one they had not seen approach despite its giant size. Without any warning, the galleon opened fire on the fishermen and sank their boat before fading back into the gloom as silently as it had come. Extract from a Coast Guard report. Maybe we will encounter... Yeah, I was about to say... Oh, I guess not. But I was about to say, I think we're going to encounter that boat, but I guess not. Nebulae. Proud creatures spoken of in myth and legend. Every land has legends that speak of the mythical beings whom we wizards refer to as nebulae. All such creatures are extremely powerful and not to be crossed lightly, for they are known to have a long memory and vengeful disposition. The genus has been shrouded in mystery for so long that some have concluded it beyond human understanding. No true wizard would be satisfied with such an explanation, of course, but the fact remains that some things in this world are simply too rare to permit familiarity. The Shining Tree, a legendary tree said to grant the world protection. The legend of a certain village mentions a curious and ancient tree. This tree is said to have shone brightly since time immemorial, conferring protection upon every part of our world and all who live within it. Investigating this legend is forbidden. However, for it is believed to incite the wrath of the gods. Of course, there will always be those who do not heed such warnings. Indeed, some years ago, one bold adventurer claimed to have learned of the tree's location and declared his intention to travel there and bring back a leaf as proof of his discovery. At the time of going to print, he has yet to return. Maybe that's who we got the cloak from. Let's say we might go to that tree eventually. The Cat's Cradle. Even the greatest of sages must rest from time to time, and those who find themselves far from home and weary from wizardry extractions know to make for the nearest Cat's Cradle. The Cat's Cradle chain of inns has branches for every part of the world, and each one boasts different amenities. Some are simple hotels, while others are grand spa resorts. All they have in common, however, is a warm welcome you'll receive from their proprietress. Just be sure not to stare at their cat ear coiffers. Strange dreams. Many kids have spoken of the strange dreams that they experienced while sleeping at Cat's Cradle substance. Though they never seem to remember what transpired, their uncourtesy guests only seem to have these dreams when they sleep in a room that contains a piece of art entitled A Sketch of the Dream World. My jaw hurts now. And that's been Chapter 5. Creatures and Familiars for now. Like I said, we'll be going back there when we get more familiars. Well, yeah, that's gonna be the end of this episode. I'll see you all in the next.